Hi, I'm Alex from Wilkinson Cameras and I've got the brand new OM System Tough TG-7 to put to the test today. The OM System Tough TG-7 is the follow-up to the Olympus Tough TG-6, Olympus having of course rebranded to OM System. We're here in the Lake District, a natural home for this type of camera, and for once the sun is shining. I've been testing the red version today, but it's also going to be available in black. First things first, we're going to go paddleboarding because this is a tough camera. It's designed to withstand the toughest environments, to be rugged and durable, but it's also designed to take really great pictures with good detail and impressive macro capabilities, amongst just a few of the highlights. It's launching in the UK at £499. This tiny little compact camera is waterproof, dustproof, shockproof and freezeproof. Okay, it's not indestructible, but you can drop it from 2.1 metres, which is more than enough for most people to drop it during regular use without having to worry about the impact. You can also take it underwater down to 15 metres. I won't be going that deep today, but I am going to try and grab some underwater photos and videos from a more manageable depth. I'm using a ProMaster float strap today because whilst it's quite shallow here, there are other areas of the lake which are a lot deeper, and this means that if I do drop it, although it's waterproof, it won't float, so you'll see that it sinks, but I don't have to ring OM System explaining that I've drowned their camera whilst testing it. So I'll put a link to that below because you are going to want one of these if you're filming in similar environments to where we are today. Previous models have also had an optional dive housing for serious scuba divers as well. There is one available for this model as well that I think allows you to take it down to 45 metres, but I'll double check that. So something that's quite good, it must have like an oliphobic and hydrophobic coating on it. So when I do take a shot underwater, or imagine if it rains, when I bring it out of the water, the lens and the screen have almost no water on them. So you can just carry on. It's pretty decent. Now, we're not going to have to worry about freezing today, but it's also freeze-proof down to -10 degrees centigrade. And finally, it's also crush-proof, able to withstand forces up to 100 kilos. That means you could drop it from your bike and run over it, and it should remain intact. So this is a seriously rugged compact camera, ideal for a wide range of uses, including outdoor adventures, water sports, winter sports, and anywhere that you need a good quality camera with more advanced handling than you might get, say, on a phone or an action camera like a GoPro. Apart from the durability of the TG series, this compact camera is known for offering really great image quality thanks to a high quality sensor and lens. The TG-7 features a BSI CMOS sensor promising high sensitivity, and both the lens and sensor are designed to reduce flare and ghosting. Size-wise, the sensor is similar to most modern decent phone camera sensors, but do you want to drop, drown or freeze your £1,000 plus mobile? I definitely don't. And I don't have the same modes available to me on a phone as I do in this camera, more on those later. Rather impressively, this tiny little camera features the same TruePic 8 image processor found on some of the Olympus or OM System interchangeable lens cameras. The TG-7 also features a 4x optical zoom lens with an f2 aperture at the wide end, and it's capable of shooting in RAW. It's got a 4x optical zoom, which is really useful because it does allow me to go quite wide. So just now I've got 2 paddle boards in the shot, but I can also zoom right in to Olivia filming me. So it's quite useful, very versatile. I really like that, and it is optical, it's not digital, so you're still getting that same quality. And it's got built-in GPS for geotagging. This is something that's particularly useful to find in this type of camera. It's very rarely found in even the most expensive of cameras now, and I think it's a very good feature in this tough camera, and I know a lot of people do like GPS tagging as a feature. But this is the 7th model of the Tough TG series, and some of the features I've mentioned so far are a staple of this series. So what's new? Well, USB-C charging for one, that's for charging and data transfer. Vertical video mode. This is great for us for social media. When I'm holding the camera vertically, the video is automatically saved in portrait ratio. No more changing in post-production. You can send it straight over to your phone and it can go into your stories, reels, TikTok, YouTube shorts, probably missed some. A new in-camera time-lapse. In older models you could do interval shooting, and you can still do that in this one, but you can also set it to create a movie for you. So this is stitched into a video in camera automatically. OM System suggests that you could use this to show the passage of time in an outdoor environment, the passing of clouds, a flower opening slowly. You're going to be getting the exciting time lapse of my other half inflating our paddleboards for the day. Don't say we don't treat you. You can take up to 299 shots from 1 second to 24 hours apart in interval mode. In the time-lapse mode, the camera will adjust exposure to ensure that the exposure is smooth between frames for a nice, even video without nasty changes in exposure as the time-lapse plays. The TG-7 has high burst mode shooting. It actually does 20 frames a second. The buffer's a bit slow, so it does take a little while to save onto the memory card, but we've just tested this with some willing volunteers jumping off a rock, and the pictures look really, really good. Speaking of burst mode, this actually has pro capture, which is a feature that's found on the higher end OM System interchangeable lens cameras. And that means that you can set burst mode shooting and you can set pro capture. And what that will do is when you press the button, it actually starts recording half a second before you press it. I have no idea how that works, but it means that you won't miss the moment something happens through your own slow human reactions. And I think that's quite a cool feature in a little compact camera like this. An interesting new mode, and probably one I'm not going to put to the test today, is a new scene mode called construction mode. One of the Tough TG's large customer base is actually commercial situations, working on sites, documenting or collecting evidence in more challenging industrial conditions. Point and shoot, let the camera do the work, and that's who construction mode is aimed at. It automatically processes the image to make challenging lighting conditions less challenging. Whether that's high contrast or low light scenes, it even removes dust particles from the air from the for the final image. And of course the name, out with the Olympus and in with the OM System. Olympus say that one of the features of this is the battery life. We found it a bit odd today because it says that it's dying, and then we've gone to turn it on just to try our luck later, and it's come back with 2 bars, and it's done that a few times. So I don't know if it's got a bit hot because it has been very warm today, or if it's because it's a pre-production model. But we have taken 729 images so far, and probably about maybe 15 or 20 minutes of 4K 60 video, and it's just about clinging on to life. I think that is more than standard use for this type of camera. I think the battery's perfectly fine. I'd probably want to take a second one for what I would do with it. So I'm going to get on with putting this to the test, trying out the different modes and special features of this camera. I've never used a Tough TG camera before. I'm excited to give this compact camera a go while out paddleboarding. I've taken a Pelly case with an interchangeable lens camera with me on the board before. Slightly nerve-wracking. If there's a swell from a larger boat, that'd be a bit of a moment. But I'll be honest, I usually take my phone, but I put it in this crappy little plastic case, which obviously doesn't lend itself to good image quality, but it does mean I don't drown my phone. So I'm really excited to see if this is going to be a viable addition to my outdoor kit. The TG-7 has a very impressive macro mode. You can focus down to 1 centimetre away from a subject, and the detail it captures is really very impressive. There's also microscope mode, which offers a 7 times magnification. Combine the macro capabilities with focus stacking mode and focus bracketing mode, and you really have the ability to capture extreme detail across the frame. Seriously impressive features for such a tiny camera. There's even a panorama mode. Just don't try this on moving subjects like I did, or you too will cut your friends or colleagues in half. I couldn't try this again as it was the end of the day and the end of our battery. I've been really surprised by the image quality that I got from this camera. All the images included in the video are straight out of the camera JPEGs with no edits of any kind. The macro shots and the burst mode were especially impressive. The fact that I've also shot in RAW means that I do have the option to do some more extensive processing if I wanted as well. And that is the new OM System TG-7. Another great tough camera and a worthy follow-up to the TG-6. It's available to order now, link below to buy directly from us in the UK. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, and please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more camera and lens reviews from us. Thank you so much for watching.